This is just a sample of the audiobook. To get the complete audiobook, access the link posted in the first comment.
Reinforcing suspicion against Hawkins was her work as a medical practitioner. In a time and place where trained physicians were few and far between, local folk, most often women, filled the breach. Any housewife had at least a cursory knowledge of folk cures, while some women pursued medicine as a vocation. Others, such as Jane Hawkins, combined general medical services with the work of a midwife. Though the notion that midwives were habitual targets of witchcraft accusation is an exaggeration, there was an association between witchcraft and the healing arts more broadly. In both Europe and the New World, healers ran afoul of witchcraft accusations when people began to view their activities in a malevolent light. For in an age when there was no clear line between medicine and magic, people believed that those with the power to cure also possessed the power to harm. Hawkins' troubles started after she aided fellow Hutchinson disciple Mary Dyer during childbirth in October 1637. The baby was stillborn and quietly buried. In March 1638, right around the time that church officials excommunicated Anne Hutchinson, word spread that Dyer's dead child had been a monster. Massachusetts opened up an investigation during which they questioned both Hutchinson, who was also present at the birth, and Hawkins. According to Governor John Winthrop, the latter eventually admitted that the child was of ordinary bigness, it had a face, but no head, and the ears stood upon the shoulder, and were like an ape's. It had no forehead, but over the eyes 4 horns, hard and sharp, the eyes standing out, and the mouth also, the nose hooked upward, all over the breast and back full of sharp pricks and scales. It had 2 mouths, and in each of them a piece of red flesh sticking out. It had arms and legs as other children, but instead of toes, it had on each foot 3 claws, like a young fowl, with sharp talons. The authorities had the child's body exhumed, and though it were much corrupted by decomposition, an examination confirmed most of Hawkins' testimony. Winthrop also reported that when the deformed child died in the mother's body, which was about 2 hours before the birth, the bed whereon the mother lay did shake, and withal there was such a noisome savour as most of the women were taken with extreme vomiting and purging. The governor's sensational and doubtlessly embellished account includes a number of features, the shaking bed and unbearable stench, conventionally found in demonic possession narratives. The implication of all this was clear. Dyer's monstrous birth was evidence that diabolical forces were at work.